Hi guys. So this tutorial is for one of our databases called Teen Book Cloud. So just like with all of our tutorials and all of our databases and resources, you will go to our website to start. So if you see here at the top, rpl.org, if you forget what it is, just Google Rapides Parish Library and it will pop right up. So if you look here under eBranch, databases. We're going to click on Louisiana Library Connection. And this is going to pull up all of the databases that are provided to all libraries in the state of Louisiana. So if you have a family member or friend who lives maybe in another parish and do you think this could be something they could use? They can access it also. The State Library of Louisiana provides these to every public library in the state. These here on this side, if you look over here, these are a few databases that RPL specifically has, but for the most part, we're going to be focusing on these statewide databases. I'm going to scroll down to the very bottom, and we are looking at Teen Book Cloud. I will do another tutorial later today on Tumblebook Library. These are both databases from the Tumblebook, kind of under the parent company of Tumblebook. The first one we're going to look at is Teen Cloud Library, and this is intended for students grades 6 through 12, and even college and adult could use some of these resources as well. But just kind of the divider for these, Tumblebook Library is for kids K through 6, Teen Book Cloud is for kids 6 through 12. So we're going to focus on that one today. I am inside the library right now, so it is not asking me for a library card number in order to access this. But at this point, if you were at home or using a mobile device, it might ask for your card number. That would be the card on the back of your library card. There's a barcode with a number under it. That's the number you would need. Or if you have recently applied for a virtual card, that would just be the number that they've given you. If you're unsure about that, if you have a card, what your number is, please call any branch or email virtual@rpl.org and they can help you out with that. Okay, so this is Teen Book Cloud, and I'm just going to show you some of the things here. It's a really cool resource. Let me click on fiction first. There's a good amount of fiction here in Teen Cloud Library. Now, the cool thing about, Teen Book Cloud, the names have changed in the last year or so. So if I say them wrong, I'm so sorry. Teen Book Cloud. So the cool thing about this is that you're not really checking out a book. You're just viewing the book online. If I were to check out an ebook on one of our ebook apps like Overdrive or Cloud Library, I would check out a copy, and then our copy of that book would be unavailable to others who wanted it because we only maybe have one copy. With this, you're not checking it out. You're just looking at it. So there is no limit to how many students can be looking at the same book at the same time, which is really cool. Let's say I want to read Wildfire right here. I can read it, and so can my 5 friends. Let's say you have 2 or 3 high schoolers, and you're kind of teaching the same thing. If you're doing virtual school, maybe you go to some of the nonfiction. They could all be reading the same content at the same time because there's no checkout. You're just viewing it. So there's a cool, like I said, there's a good amount of teen fiction. The teen high low is really cool. I think if I scroll down, there's also some middle school high low. Yes. So these are high interest, low level. So let's say you have a teen or a middle schooler who is reading below their grade level. They're not going to want to read kids' books, even though that may be the level that they are reading on. So these books are great for that because they are of an interest level of a teenager or middle schooler, but they are on the reading level, a much lower reading level. So for struggling readers or people trying to bring up that level, these are perfect for that. There's also a good amount of classics in here. There's the short stories. There's a whole French section. That's pretty cool. So yeah, there's a lot in here for fiction, nonfiction. Nonfiction is probably my favorite thing on Teen Book Cloud, and it's because there are so many primary sources in here, and those aren't always easy to find. When I say primary source, if you're unfamiliar, so if I were to click here on Brown versus the Board of Education, I wouldn't get an article about Brown versus the Board of Education. I would get the actual court documents. If I click on letter from a Birmingham jail, this is Dr. King's actual letter from a Birmingham jail. You can see when I first get here, it's going to give me a summary. And it also, this is cool, it tells me which Common Core standard I could use this resource to teach. That's awesome. If you're someone who's doing virtual or homeschooling but is sticking to Common Core, this is a really cool resource. So I'm going to click Read Online just so you can see. But But yeah, this will take me to Dr. King's actual letter from a Birmingham jail. It's awesome. There are a lot of primary sources in here. I'm going to back up just so you can see a few more of them. So if I scroll down, if you look here in history, here is FDR's State of the Union from 1940. Here is a letter to Thomas Jefferson written by John Adams, the Gettysburg Address. Keep scrolling down. There's one of the Federalist Papers by James Madison. So many things. The Bill of Rights, George Washington's farewell address. These are all primary sources. Those are not easy to come by, and they're so useful. I think it's really cool that they have these available. So check that out. If I click on drama and poetry, I know the whole top section is Shakespeare. It's not every play of his, but there's a good amount. Some more classic plays. There's a whole section of poetry. You can click on those. Same thing. You can, if let's say I'm going to click on Pygmalion. It will show me, oh, that's cool. It will show me the Lexile level, the Common Core Standard, and also the AR level. So I didn't click on a fiction book to show you, but it will show you, if you're someone who does accelerated reader, it will show you the reading level as well for that. Let me show you videos. The videos are really cool. All the videos for Teen Book Cloud, I'm so sorry, and Tumble Book, they are all National Geographic videos. So they're really awesome. They're well done, great for educational purposes. Let me just click on one just to show you what that would look like. So it just gives you a very small summary, and then you can click on the video. But like I said, they're all National Geographic, really cool videos. Play around with that. And they're just, they're great for education, but also they're just really fun to watch. Graphic novels. If you have a graphic novel lover, there's actually a pretty decent collection of graphic novels in Teen Book Cloud. And it's cool, like I said, because I'm not checking them out. I'm just viewing them online. So my friends and I, let's say we're kind of geeking out with some graphic novels. We can all be looking at the same one at the same time on our tablets, on our smartphones. Yeah, if you have someone who's a lover of graphic novels, this is a really cool database. I'm going to click on, AP English. Now, like I said, this says AP English, but anyone could use this, but it's just kind of some of the things that may be useful for an AP English class. Ancient works, we've got, let's see, the Odyssey, Oedipus Rex, all kinds of stuff, the Canterbury Tales. If I scroll down, it starts to give me classics by time period. So we've got here 1500s through 1799, speak of some things, Don Quixote, Robinson Crusoe. Down you get into the 1800s, Last of the Mohicans, Beowulf. Like I said, I'm not going to show you everything. There's a lot in here. Classics from 1900 to 1944. We've got The Great Gatsby, House of Mirth. See some Chekhov there. And then we get into contemporary. So lots of cool things in there. And then drama. There are some plays. You probably saw some of these also in the other tab for drama and poetry. And then some more Shakespeare as well. So there's a lot of sources in here. These are a lot of things that it's just cool to have access to. If you're doing virtual school, if you're homeschooling, these are things that might take a lot of time to gather, could be expensive if you're buying copies. And here they are free to use at your public library. So please take advantage of them. There's a decent amount of audiobooks here if you have an audiobook listener. Like I said, great thing is multiple users at the same time. So your child and their best friend could both listen to Lost Voices at the same time and discuss it kind of in a book club type setting. That could be a lot of fun. And that's not something you have to go and check out. But there's a good amount of stuff, different types of things for audio. And enhanced ebooks as well. I think that's going to run the gamut of different genres. Yeah, we have some classics, drama and poetry, teen fiction, some more high lows. There's a lot in here as well. So yeah, click on those. And for enhanced, they're just going to have the different things. Some will have maybe quizzes that go with them. Some may have lesson plans. They all are enhanced in different ways. But look at those as well. It's a really useful thing. Just to look at some of the things up here at the top, I can save things into my favorites. I can make a little favorites folder if I wanted to. Let's say some things that I'm going to be using in class for a while. I'm going to be using this as a resource for the next couple weeks for learning. Save it into your favorites, or it's just a book you love. Save it in there, and that way you can get back to it more easily. So this is one of our really cool resources. Like I said, there will be another video coming for the K through 6 portion of Tumble Books, but I think this is something that could be really useful if you're a virtual learner, if you are homeschooling, or just like to read, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff in here. So definitely play around with it. If you have questions, give us a call or shoot us an email. Thanks so much.